Welcome back to Movie Recaps. Today I will show you an action, thriller film from 2008, titled Terra Nova. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. On the cold hills of a deserted island, Dylan is trying to find a safe spot to camp. He walks for miles until he slips and falls into a freezing river, but after floating away for a while, he manages to climb out and continue his journey. When he gets too tired to keep going, he stops to rest against a big rock, grabs a flower to eat, and begins thinking back to how all this started. Dylan is in jail for life for the assassination of 6 men, when one afternoon, he's taken to see the prison governor, who asks him what he dreams of. He isn't the only person going through this. Various of his fellow prisoners are also being called to the governor's office and are asked the same question. Morayak says he wants to see the sea, Yakut wants to witness the war against China, Obazyanka won't speak, Abazian wants to work in this prison and be a governor, Tolya wants to follow the progress of the space station, and Sipa wants to see women again, but Dylan's answer is never shown. The governor tells them they've been selected to be transferred to a penal colony, and shortly afterward, all prisoners are boarded into a ship. Just like in the actual prison, the prisoners are divided into groups and put into cells, although Abazian acts like he is the boss and even kills a man to take his bed. When the hatch is finally closed and the boat takes off, the prisoners start panicking, thinking this has all been a trick to let them die at sea. As the men begin getting violent, Dylan remembers a conversation he had with Sipa back in prison. Sipa has some severe mental issues and would always draw on the wall and talk nonsense, but that day, he mentioned heaven and hell not having any seats left and a third purgatory-like place being prepared for people like them. Julien had thought it was more of his usual nonsense back then, but he's starting to see the merits of it now. After a while, everyone calms down and tries to spend the trip chit-chatting and eating, but in the middle of the journey, a gang escapes from one of the cells, looking for their compatriot. Abazian pretends to negotiate at first only to kill the man they're looking for, causing a riot to start. Prisoners on both sides begin hitting and killing each other through the bars except for Starry, an old man that stays behind praying. The fight doesn't last long though, the guards quickly arrive.